Welcome to Racing to Win. We've got a big Group 2 doubleheader coming up at Sha Tin on Sunday, and it's going to be previewed right here on the show. It's Hong Kong's twice-weekly preview show, and some talented types go around at the meeting on Sunday. Joined on the panel today by Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, one of the big questions we need to answer is, can Golden 60 bounce back?
Look, I've been humming and hawing whether to put him on top, and I really do think he can actually bounce back this time round to Golden 60s. Back to a mile that's really going to suit him this time round. The wet track last start didn't suit him, so he's had a couple of little excuses recently, but back to 1,600 metres I think is really going to be right up his alley.
We're going to break down that race on the show today. Paul, there's jackpots as well.
Yeah, triple trio jackpot, 1.5 million, so a good one there. And also 800,000 going to the quartet first four merged pools on races 6 and also race number 10, so the last race there as well.
It is a full 10-race program, and we do have a slightly earlier start than normal with a race coming in from Japan. So the meeting details for meeting 59 of the season, 10 on the turf. It's the B+2 course this week. First, like it was last Sunday, is at 12:45. The two races we focus on: the 7th, the Sprint Cup Group 2 1200, and the Chairman's Trophy Group 2 1600 at 4:10 and 5:15 respectively. The Sprint Cup is the first we look at, and Wellington, he headlines the card. He was the winner of the Queen's Silver Jubilee last time, comes back in trip stronger. He was the winner of the Centenary Cup at Group 1 level at his last start. We've got Computer Patch having his second start for Jimmy Ting. Sight Success carries an extra £5 for his win over Super Wealthy. Master 8 carries an extra £7 for the third behind Sight Success. And Kerpenny, if you thought that name sounds familiar, it is. He raced on Wednesday night on the all-weather at Sha Tin. Group 1 speed, expected to be good, Tom. Or Group 2, actually.
It should be hot to speed here, Mark. And I guess that the key is, Paul, what Kerpenny's going to do, because he went forward on Wednesday night, but he got taken on by Highly Proactive. He's definitely the pace angle here for sure, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't he? Sight Success, he's got the inside draw, so I think he might just make him work a little bit. Wagner Borges on him, and then I think Kerpenny, you're right, he'll eventually cross, I think. Computer Patch was a reliable leader when he was with Tony Cruz, but since he's changed stables, they trialled him back, and they did race him with cover, so I expect him to get some cover here in this.
All right, so that is the speed map and how it is anticipated to pan out. It's a race, Paul, with the previous winners looking like this. It was Amazing Star at massive money last year. Yeah,
a big price for Amazing Star. Was the outside of the field from memory. Voyage Warrior, Rattan, Beat the Clock and Mr. Stunning. Those two were well favoured. But yeah, there has been a few upsets over the years.
It's traditionally been a race as well, the Sprint Cup, that hasn't necessarily been won by the horses carrying the bigger weights. And as we roll over and look at the prices of recent winners of this race, it's a race that favourites don't have a very good record in either. As Paul touched on, Amazing Star there, 179, Voyage Warrior 24, and Rattan there at 17s. But not many favourites have won this race, Mark.
They have not, Tom. So Super Wealthy's a very early favourite for the race. Probably unlikely he's going to start. That one horse that will put his hand up to be favourite is Wellington. Last start Group 1 winner. Alexi Bedell rode on that occasion. He's on board again on Sunday. Nick caught up with Alexi via Zoom and asked him how the horse is feeling.
He feels very good. His recent gallop was good, and I'd like to think that the horse is keeping his good form and he's ready to run a good race.
Talk me through that gallop, Alexi. Obviously, that was on the turf. Richards opted not to give him a trial. Was that always the plan? No need for a trial, and obviously just go through the motions with him in his gallops.
I think probably the track condition on that day of trial, the day before, was not very good. The dirt was not in good condition, so maybe Richard decided to gallop on the turf, and I was very satisfied with the gallop. So the horse looks fit and ready to go anyway.
And Richard's obviously tried a few different bits of headgear with this horse, Alexi. I mean, he wore a tongue tie in the race behind Skyfield, obviously a couple of runs ago. He also sported cheek pieces 2 runs back. Have you and Richard now found what the desired headgear is that's needed for this horse? I mean, he wears the cross noseband, of course.
We tried the cheek pieces because beginning of the season the horse was a little bit like out of form, and maybe his fitness was not just as good as as it's now. So maybe we try the cheek pieces because he's always been looking around as well. He's always been a horse that can look when he hits the front or something like this. So we tried this on 1200, and I think it did work well. And after that, the horse just improved so much. So we just keep it natural, you know.
Just a couple of aspects, obviously, Alexi, on this race. I mean, he's coming back in trip as well, 14 back to 12. Now, we know he's a very classy 1200-metre horse. Is he versatile? Do you feel that he can just do that quite seamlessly?
I think he's very versatile, and I was surprised to see how he was relaxed on 1400, and that was a very good surprise anyway. It's interesting to see what it's going to be coming back to 1200. He's obviously a top sprinter. There's no question mark. There's no question about it. And you know, that's all. There's nothing else to prove. The horse is in good form, and hopefully a clear and smooth run, and he should run very good.
Clear and smooth run, Tom. That's something he didn't have a whole lot of luck with prior to that win last time over 1400.
No, and I think this race is going to certainly come down to luck in the running because there's such an even bunch of sprinters here, Paul. So I think it's going to be who gets the right run on the day and who the race conditions suit the most here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've seen these sprinters sort of take turns winning at some of these races. He's a 6-time winner, though, is over the course and distance is Wellington. You can see that there on that graphic as well. And obviously, Alexi's won 5 races on the horse, so he knows the horse well. And fantastic strike rate, 8 wins from his 14 starts.
He did race stronger also in Group 1 company over the 1200 metres, Paul. This is Stronger's last start. He wins this. It's the Centenary Sprint Cup. No Skyfield this week, but we'll see Hot King Prawn, Super Wealthy, Master 8 and Computer Patch probably in a different role to what he is this day. Yeah,
I think he's got these those horses you mentioned covered as well. It was a good run from him. Wellington was coming up on the inside there and didn't get much luck, but as you can see him, he got the first run on them and he hit the line really nicely and won well. So look, he's one of the major chances.
And what the winning of the race I feel was Vincent Ho's ride here, just flushing out Skyfield around the home turn. I think if the roles had been reversed there, Skyfield gets him on the line here, but he was really strong there and he had trialled extremely well coming into where that race had stronger.
And he's also trialled coming into this race on Sunday. Tom, here it is. He runs second. What did you make of this trial?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. He was at the rear and he ran on nicely when asked. The leaders got right away from them here, but you can see him quicken up nicely in the middle part of the track. He's still an entire here, Paul, and he just likes to get out into that middle part of the track and really dash home well.
Yeah, so look, it was a really good run once again. He's drawn 9. It's not going to matter because he gets back. He'll go back and he'll just want some pace on him. With Kerpenny in the race, I think he's going to get it.
And Douglas White having a fantastic season in group races also. Sight success here, Paul. This is Class 1. He's raced in Group 3 before. What about coming to Group 2?
Well, I think he can be in the right place, Sight Success. He's going to either get the inside. I think he'll eventually let Kerpenny go. He'll get the nice trail. Again, the horse keeps improving. He's a 7-time winner from his starts. And from barrier number 3, I think he'll get his opportunity.
And he was there to be shot down. Master 8 couldn't reel him in. Super Wealthy was certainly good here, I thought, this run as well. And Lucky Express, his wins have been over 12 and 1400 metres, but from his sort of 20 starts, those wins have been few and far between.
And we saw the Prawn just fading out there, Tom. He did have 133 pounds on his back that day. Big swing in the weights against the other 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, so that's going to assist him. The big weight certainly got to him last start. We know he's a quality animal. Paul Zach Purton back on him once again. And there was nothing wrong with this trial either. He's not really been asked too much.
No, exactly. And look, he is a Group 1 winner in the past. He's a 7-year-old now. That was just a little query as a few of these younger horses coming through. But look, he's going well enough. The trial was fine. There was no problems with it.
So that is Hot King Prawn. Paul, we need some selections for the first of the Group 2s. You're with one of the last start Group 1 winners, or are you going elsewhere?
No, I am. I've got them both in the top 3, actually. I think they're both running pretty well at the moment. So I'll stick with Wellington, though. I think he can go really nicely here. He should get the race run to suit. And back to 1200 is not an issue. Sight Success is the younger horse coming through. He's a 5-year-old in saying that. But look, his run I thought last time was very good. Stronger was a great trial. He's going really well. He gets the right run. He's got to come from the back. And then Master 8, see if he can sort of come up to this company. But 1, 7, 2 and 8.
Look, he was too good for them last start. Strong, he trialled really well coming into that last start assignment, and I think he's trialled just as well again. So I'll go with him. Stronger over Wellington. Master 8 certainly not without a chance in this. He was a tad worse than midfield loomed. Just couldn't quite reel them in. I don't think he had too many excuses last start, and Hot King Prawn makes it in as well. 2, 1, 8 and 3.
That is the preview for the Sprint Cup. We're off to a break here on Racing to Win. After this, we find out if the boys both think Golden 60 can bounce back. Welcome back to Racing to Win Part 2, and we look at Group 2, Number 2 on the program, and it is over the 1600. It is the Chairman's Trophy. Top of the book is Golden 60, trying to get back onto the winners list. Waikuku, who beat him 2 starts ago, is drawn in barrier 10. Russian Emperor's a last start winner in the City Hong Kong Gold Cup. He comes back to the 1600 metres. Kaying Star, all of his wins have been course and distance. Healthy Happy's won either side of 1600 metres, but struggled at the mile. Savvy Nines plays 2 from 4 course and distance. Butterfield, all wins have been 1800 metres. In Cheerful Days, who's been a find of the season, he comes into Group 2 company minus the blinkers. Right, so the Chairman's Trophy speed map here, Tom. Barrier 1 was the undoing of Golden 60 2 starts ago, and he's drawn it again this week.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him a bit closer this time, to be honest, not dragged out the back, Golden 60. So if he can maybe sit there, maybe one place further forward to potentially Golden 60, Paul. But Healthy Happy, we know he likes to lead. What do they do with Turbian Diamond from barrier 11? An excellent proposal from 12.
Yeah, well, I think with Turbian Diamond, they've probably got no choice but to go forward, because he normally does like to go forward. It's just whether he can get across. I think Waikuku underneath him can keep him out. An excellent proposal. I mean, what are they going to do with him? Are they going to keep him, try and give him a run out there with cover, or will they take him all the way back? That's a question mark for this horse.
A few questions around this race, that is for sure. Looking at the previous winners of it, Paul, and it was Mighty Giant, the big horse with the white blaze last year. Yeah,
he won really nicely. Beauty Generation had won 2 years previously. Beauty Only was a bit of a surprise, I think, when he won, and then Rapid Dragon, of course, won nicely.
All right, we're going to start with the pilot of Golden 60, the man that has to try and put it all back together. Nick spoke to Vincent Ho via Zoom this morning and firstly asked Vincent, what's he done since his last start defeat?
Yeah, he had a short little break and come back to work again, and yeah, it felt good. Galloped him with another horse this morning. Just soon passed it and did it pretty easily, and yeah, felt good.
Excellent. And just to go back, obviously, to last time, Vincent, obviously a mile and a quarter, all that rain came and things like that. Was that his biggest undoing, the track, the fact that it certainly played to the winner's strengths and perhaps not your horse? Would that be fair?
Yeah, I think so. His fitness was there, but step up to 2000 and also been raining for days and non-stop as well. It's just a bit tough for him. And yeah, his action on that day wasn't too comfortable. And that makes a big difference for sure.
It certainly does, of course. And just on the front of trials, Vincent, I saw a very interesting post recently, actually, on social media, the fact that he's won 5 out of his last 6 trials, but prior to that, he hadn't actually won one in Hong Kong. Has the emphasis been for you and Francis to give him that bit more of a hit out in his trials, or has it just happened that way?
No, it just happened that way. Previous season didn't show much in the trials just because of the tracks and all that, and I, didn't, on the all weather, I didn't want to press him for that that sort of track condition. But if he get close to other horses, he's always competitive, and this season's been, trialing on nice track, so definitely can go for that. And the previous trial, he had a little break, and we have to make him work a little to bring his fitness up. So just to make sure he do enough work.
All right, so that's the trial since the last start. But we're going back to the last start now, boys. And Tom, we start with, obviously, even though he's defeated, there he is there, Golden 60. Russian Emperor, beautiful ride by Blake Shin, just tracked through on the rail and relished the conditions. Tourbillon Diamond, he was in front of them coming up towards the home turn. More than this, who's tangled with Golden 60 pretty well a couple of times. Hasn't come off as a winner yet, but he hasn't been too far away, and Butterfield's at the back. So the back half of the field is what we focus on here.
Yeah, you can see Golden 60 making his run there near the 600 metres wider. In the meantime, Blake Shin on Russian Emperor, he's saved all the ground there on the rail, and then when they straighten up for the run home, he gets the gap there on the outside of Reliable Team, and he's saved all that ground. He's put 2 or 3 lengths here on Golden 60, Paul, who just was no match in the end, and he wasn't comfortable on this ground. So I do think there was a genuine excuse for him there over the 2,000 metres.
No, I tend to agree. Yeah, he's back to 16, which is probably going to suit him. It has suited him in the past. Russian Emperor did win with plenty in hand, but it was a great ride from Blake is there as well. So, look, he won nicely, but look, I can see Golden 60 overturning it over 1,600, no question.
All right, so they went from 2,000 back to 1,600. These ones are going the other way, Paul. This is the Queen Silver Jubilee over 1,400. Kaying Star won't mind the step up in trip because he's excelled at 1,600 metres. Waikuku brought to Golden 60 undone a couple of starts ago, and Healthy Happy just struggles at a mile. Every other distance he seems to be okay at. Yeah,
look, I think Waikuku's best distance these days is the 1,600. So this was a little bit tight for him, 1,400 metres. He didn't get the clearest of runs all the way down the straight, and he did win nicely 2 starts ago. You can see him looking for gaps, Zach, the whole way through. Kaying Star, they raced him off the pace this time, and he stayed on really nicely, I thought. Healthy Happy's just not in the same sort of form.
No, he's not. There was a lot of merit in that run there from Waikuku, but by the time he squeezed through that gap, Wellington had gone past and it was game over.
And finally, Tom, we've got the split screen here. There's Champions Way, a return to form from him last time. Cheerful Days is at the back. He's not well served under the weight conditions of this race. Kaying Star, the yellow cap. We've also got Excellent Proposal. He's there in the purple cap. And Savvy 9 makes an appearance, and Healthy Happy makes an appearance. So it's the entire field. Looks like doing archery.
Yeah, the field of 6 here over the trip of last start, 1,600 metres. It was just a horror show if you'd followed Excellent Proposal on this occasion. Just couldn't get clear, was stuck behind Healthy Happy. Kaying Star kept him in a pocket. Champions Way had found the front and was starting to clear out. And Cheerful Days was running on, Paul, but we don't know what Excellent Proposal would have done on this day.
He's been disappointing this season, though. He hasn't won at all. Excellent Proposal. At start before, he went out a reasonably priced, short price favourite, didn't he? And he got beaten as well. So, look, he's been beaten favourite in his last 3. Excellent Proposal. I don't know if he's up to this class. I haven't got any of those horses.
Here he is again, Paul. This is his trial on the all-weather. He also comes out of it with Champions Way, who's back in the field, and it was a standard quiet trial from Waikuku. Rainy morning, out the back, stayed wide on the track, but you're right, Excellent Proposal is harder to catch than a mullet in the Shingbun River.
Yep, and look, he's all 3 of these horses just had nice maintenance trials as they came down. So I think Excellent Proposal was probably the one that was asked to do a bit between the 3 of the 3 of them. The other 2 stablemates were just happy out the back, but yeah, just a maintenance trial for them.
I think bearing in mind as well, Excellent Proposal prior to his last start where he was very unlucky, he'd worn the blinkers in the trials, and he wore the blinkers there on race day, so I'm willing to give him another chance again with the shades on.
Just want to get you very quickly, Paul, thoughts on the Golden 60 trial?
Yeah, look, he seems to be winning trials and hasn't won his last couple of races. He didn't used to win trials. There's something different there with him. I thought he was pushed out a little bit in his trial, so I wasn't overly taken with it.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I would agree he was pushed out. That would be the only query, is just how he performed in that trial. But I think back to the 1,600 metres, he can bounce back.
Are you tipping another defeat of Golden 60, Paul?
Yeah, I am. I just think that he's going to be short again. Punters are going to jump off and there's going to be no value. He'll be odds on once again. So I'm happy to risk him. I thought more than this. Coming back to the 1,600 metres, 3-time winner, was a little bit unlucky last time. He'll be a decent price. I'm happy to go him on top. Waikuku, Golden 60, not much between them, and Russian Emperor. So 4, 2, 1 and 3.
Going to hang tough here with the Golden 60, number 1 for Vincent Ho and Francis Saloy. Hopefully he's a little bit closer in the run and they're not so negative out of the gates with him this time round. Waikuku, number 2, Excellent Proposal again with the blinkers on, and Russian Emperor, number 3. 1, 2, 11 and 3.
There you have it, the breakdown for race number 9 and the second of the Group 2s at the Chairman's Trophy. Other races, Paul, who are some of the winners?
I don't mind Kung Fu Tea down here in Class 5. He's won off a rating a little bit higher than that, so I think he can go pretty well. California Sky with the hood on, I think that's a really good gear change for him. Brave Dreams, they rode him close last time. I think they'll take him back, and I think that'll suit him. And do like Super Fortune in the last.
And if you'd like full analysis of those races, you can see them on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for a race-by-race breakdown. It's that time of the show, Paul. A best bet, a play and a long shot in between, please.
Only looks one leader in the last. That's Super Fortune. I think he can lead and win again. Matthew Poon jumping aboard, so I do like Super Fortune in the last. And more than this, I think he's going to be a decent price to take on Golden 60 in race number 9. So more than this, and then we'll do the play in the last with Rock Your Heart, Atala Bagil and Super Fortune.
Yeah, I'm going to settle in the last race as well with Ortuli Bagil. David Hall and Zach Purton teaming up here. He certainly showed a great deal of improvement at Happy Valley last start. Super 10 might be some value in the third race. He's a horse that likes to go forward. Luke Ferraris and Douglas White, and the play with Golden 60, White Cuckoo, Russian Emperor at excellent proposal.
Going for Cordyceps 2 in race number 8, horse number 8, and Harry Bentley rides for Dennis Ship. He does meet defeated Toy Coon better off at the weights this week. Smart Leader does bump into a couple of smart looking up and comers, but he has placed 7 from 10 course and distance. Derek Long with the ride for Chris So, and those up and comers happy forever. And a first starter Saquin, Joe Moreira rides for Frankie Law, so 3, 7, 11 in a QQP. That has been racing to win. Back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, Tom, but gee, it's good to see the good horses out at Sha Tin on Sunday.
Yeah, their final hit out. It's a shame some of them haven't been able to come down from Chung Fa, but all roads lead toward FWD Champions Day. Yeah,
always looking forward to that day. It's always a really good day on the racing calendar, and let's get this one out of the way as well. Let's see if Golden 60 can bounce back.
And we'll find out in race number 9. That's been Racing to Win. We will see you for the first on Sunday at Sha Tin at 12:45. Bye-bye.